Hi, welcome to Kindred Spirit Readings. Let's begin, Aquarius. There is a dark circle at the base of your cup. That is your money. It's not a lot, but something is better than nothing. Interesting. So, I get a couple of different things with you. You are working harder than ever. There is something I'm seeing here to do with your job. You're putting everything on the line. You're risking a lot. You're doing a lot. You're putting up with a lot, just to put it simply. Again, there's a lot of pressure at work, but you are ahead of the game. You're doing very well. I see you being in management. You might be, if you're not in management, people look up to you as though you are. You're somebody who leads well. I think that's amazing. Let's talk about your health. You do need to be careful. There's a lot of fast food, junk food, sweets, things of that. Something around this, it just doesn't, there's too much of what this is, how this shows up. I just want to also quickly jump over to what I'm seeing here about paperwork, legal, something to do with you want things to be over and done with. There is paperwork. It's messed up to no end. It's all in the fine print, but then the fine print wasn't the original discussion that we had. It wasn't what that was about. So there is that to be mindful of. You quit playing games is what I keep hearing somebody sort of, that's what you're saying. You're not about that. But somebody here is tugging at the heartstrings. There's really no need for that. But somebody is playing mind games, tricking, too much mucking around, and it's childish behavior. It's daunting to have to go through this with someone who should be behaving like an adult, maturity and all that. It has really nothing, shows me nothing impressive about this other person's behavior. But the paperwork, I don't see you signing anything, even if you wanted to. The ball is in your court. So at this point in time, I don't feel that you're losing out because you haven't really done anything about it. You could tweak things a little if you wanted to see how things progress. You have got that flexibility, see how things move forward, but it just comes through as always having to keep the other person happy, and that is just BS. Let's move on to new hobbies, new movements, anything outside of work, outside of whatever you do on a regular basis full time. You're interested in starting up something new, something fresh, a clean slate, a new hobby, as I said, something that, it's going to take time, but you do have time for it. And it takes you away from the everyday mundane sort of stuff all this other stuff you've been dealing with in everyday life. This is your small side escape, if you will. Let's talk about love, because that's always exciting. I feel that you're at the end. I'm getting the message, I'm at my wit's end, or what do I do? Do I do anything? What if I do something and it doesn't turn out the way that it should, that I'd like it to? There's a ton of questions, but I'm not seeing much movement. So if you can relate to that, that is what I'm seeing happening currently. If you are already in a relationship, no communication. You could be talking, planning, but talking very minimal. I'm not saying no communication. The two of you just absolutely, you're not shutting down or shutting off from one another. I'm saying that you don't talk as much as you used to. Perhaps it's just one of those periods you're going through where this is how the two of you may cope with whatever else you're doing in life, and then you come home and it's just so much easier not to say anything. And there's something about your partner leaving the room when they've had enough. I don't want to deal with this. I've dealt with enough. I don't need any extras. I don't need to. So they just leave the room. And that is what's happening. Thank you, Aquarius.